Alright, welcome back to my Sonic 30th anniversary playthrough. We are in the final video. This is the last one. And once again, before I go back into my retrospective on Sonic, I just want to touch on the levels in this video. Starlight Zone is probably my other favorite zone in the game besides Green Hill, because it is the only zone in the game where you can actually go fast. So I like that quite a bit. And the last level I'm kind of ambivalent to. I don't really have a strong opinion one way or the other. But before we go and touch on kind of the modern Sonic games, I do want to go back, because every time that I've recorded one of these videos I've realized, like, oh wait, I didn't talk about this thing. And I did that again last time. I just want to talk about another weird PC Sonic game that I played when I was a kid. Like I said, I played a lot of the Sega Smash Packs. You know, I used to have like Sonic 3D Blast on PC, Sonic R. There was one game that I played the least of all of those, because it was weird and it just gave up bad vibes. This is a game that is nowadays considered a bit of a meme, and it's inspired some other games that I'm not really too familiar with. I am, of course, talking about Sonic Schoolhouse, which is a really weird, like, first-person game where you, like, walk around a schoolyard and you can, like, interact with Sonic, and there's these weird, like, animal things. It gives off such weird vibes. Again, it was one of those that I had to look up recently just to see, like, is this as weird as I remember it? And yeah, it's real weird. Sonic's got, like, a weird voice. I do remember there was one thing, like, you could walk into the back area of the school, and you can just find, like, Eggman walking around. Like, he'd just be, like, in his, Egg-O-Matic flying around, which I think was cool, and I think that's all I would do in that game, was just walk around, interact with Sonic, and find Robotnik. I never actually did any of the, like, edutainment stuff. That was a real weird time for video game mascots and weird PC educational games. Because I also, when I was a kid, I had Mario Teaches Typing, which is another very strange game. But enough of that. We shall be talking about modern Sonic. The last game that I talked about was Sonic 06, which, as I said, instantly I knew was like the worst video game ever made. And I kind of stopped playing Sonic for a while, or at least I stopped playing new Sonic. I would keep playing, like, a lot of the older games, but I think it took me till around, like, 2009, 2010 to really check out another new Sonic game, because Sonic Unleashed came out in 08, and I knew at the time, I was like, this does not look good. You know, the daytime stuff looked cool to me, but the Hedgehog was just incomprehensible to me. I didn't know why they did that. So it wasn't until a little bit before Sonic Colors came out that I actually finally played Unleashed, and just, like, still to this day, I have quite a bit of a love-hate relationship with Unleashed. I think the daytime levels are some of the best modern Sonic levels, but the Hedgehog is just so boring and tedious and just not fun to do. It's literally the opposite of what Sonic has ever been about. But, you know, it is what it is. I think Sonic Unleashed, in some ways, might be the last time that Sonic Team really cared. I feel like it's got the best story. It was probably the last good story in a Sonic game. The levels are really unique. It really felt like it was the last time that they tried, like, any kind of thing. The production value in that game is really fantastic. But it wasn't until the next game that I really, like, rejuvenated my love for Sonic. of course being Colors. That was the first game that, like, when it came out, I bought it at launch. I didn't do that for Unleashed, I didn't do that for 06. I just knew Sonic Colors was going to be something special, and it was. I mean, that's just such a revitalization of the series. I never quite cared for the 4Kids cast other than Mike Pollock as Eggman. So the fact that they got rid of the whole cast, recast everyone except for Eggman, and not only that, they cast one of my favorite voice actors, Roger Craig Smith, as Sonic. That's Chris Redfield. I was like, this is insane. This is amazing. The gameplay is so good. It's everything good from Unleashed. They took out all the bad and added new stuff, and it's really fantastic. Even though Unleashed is probably the last good Sonic story, I think this one might be a close second. I mean, it's not a good story, but I think it's fun to watch. I really enjoy the cutscenes. I know people are really, like, kind of... They poo-poo a lot of the modern Sonic stories because they think the dialogue is cringy and stuff like that, but I happen to enjoy it. I think they're fun. I guess there were some games in between there, like Sonic and the Secret Rings and Sonic and the Black Knight. Sonic and the Secret Rings is maybe, again, one of the worst video games ever made. It's just really bad. It's really, really bad. And I would actually go so far as to say it's probably worse than Sonic 06, but, like, worse in a weird way that I think I would rather play Sonic 06 for sure than Sonic and the Secret Rings. But Sonic 06 is a worse game, if that makes any sense. It's just, it's so bad that I would rather play a worse game because at least that one's fun. Black Knight, I don't even know if I have. I don't think I did. I've never played it. I've never bought it. I might have it, just I've never played it. I don't know, actually. Yeah, that one just looked uninteresting to me. I don't need Sonic with a sword. That's like Werehog territory. We don't need to be talking about that. Sonic Lost World is a game that I will kind of defend. I know it's not the best game in the world. It again feels like kind of the 90s where Sonic Team just threw Sonic at anything and saw it would stick. Oh, I skipped Generations. Generations is fantastic. I don't even feel like I need to say anything about that. That's like one of the best games ever made. But Lost World feels like they were just experimenting, and I will always appreciate that because it's unique. That game plays unlike any game I've ever played, and I think that's pretty neat. Again, the story isn't good, but I enjoy watching the cutscenes because I think all the interactions are fun. I liked seeing Sonic and Eggman team up. That was pretty good. But yeah, Lost World's a mixed bag. I think it's more playable than, like, Unleashed. I would rather play that, which is also a mixed bag. But I think Lost World is a little bit more fun. So next up is Sonic Forces, which is a game that I was excited about when it was coming out. And there's a moment that I will never be able to live down. It's when I was doing a Let's Play of Sonic Unleashed, and I claimed that I was more excited for Sonic Forces than I was for Mario Odyssey, which is just, what a hilarious statement in hindsight. Because Mario Odyssey is one of the greatest games ever made, and Sonic Forces is like nothing. That's a nothing game. It's one of those that I think the game itself is good. It's fine, as long as we're not talking about the classic Sonic stuff, which is incredibly tacked on and really awful. It's some of the worst stuff, some of the worst music in the series. But the modern Sonic gameplay is good. It's just kind of, at that point, it was just kind of whatever. And the Avatar stuff was kind of fun. I liked being able to dress him up and customize him, but the gameplay was just kind of weird. Again, the story, I think, had the most potential out of any modern Sonic story, but they squandered it just so badly. I was so excited. I was like, we're going to get to see Shadow, we're going to get to see Chaos, we're going to get to see Metal Sonic. Chaos wasn't even in the game. You don't fight him at any point. Metal Sonic was a joke. Yeah, it's just not good. It's... I've described it this way many, many times, and I still stand by it. It is a rainy day game. That's a game that's short enough and not really memorable enough to be like, oh, I want to go play that game right now. You know, I have a real itch to play that game. It's a rainy day game. It's, you know, you're inside. You don't have anywhere to go, and you just feel like throwing on a game just to kill time. That's a perfect game for it. Sonic Forces, not much going on in it. Yeah, and that basically brings us up to the, you know, current day, where we don't really know a whole lot about the new Sonic game. There's a lot of things that are being rumored about it that I don't necessarily believe. A lot of people seem to think it's probably going to be called Sonic Rangers, which is entirely possible. I think it's not going to be called that when we see it. This again could be me saying I'm more excited for Sonic Forces than Mario Odyssey. Just a demonstrably false statement that will be proven false, you know, very soon. But I don't think it's going to be called that. I think that might be like a working title or something like that. I don't know if it's going to be an open world Breath of the Wild type game, like people are saying. But we'll see. I'm not really going to comment on, you know, rumors and stuff like that right now. I guess the Sonic movie is kind of big. I'd like to talk about that, even though I've mentioned it before. But I think that movie is probably the best video game movie. I really like Detective Pikachu. I like the world that movie takes place in. So maybe it's, you know, kind of a toss-up between those two. I really wish that the Sonic movie wasn't one of those really lazy, oh, it's Sonic, but he's in the real world kind of movies. I really hate that. Like the Rocky and Bullwinkle movie, the Fat Albert movie. They're just like, why you gotta do that? Just have it take place in Sonic's world. You don't need humans. Just make it fully animated and put Robotnik in there. It's not that hard. I would have preferred that, but if we had to get a, ooh, it's Sonic in the real world, look, he's with people, I think this was the best possible version of that movie that could have been made. I really like the Sonic movie. I think Jim Carrey is at his best that he's been since the 90s. It's really quite incredible to see, actually. But yeah, it's a fun movie. I'm excited for the sequel. I hope they don't, I hope it wasn't a flash in the pan type of thing, where it was just, they got lucky with the first one. So that is basically my main history with Sonic. I can't really pinpoint what I love so much about this little blue guy. You know, I think it, at least in the 90s, it was just, it felt so different, you know? I think the series and the characters and the world surrounding Sonic was and still is always just way more interesting than Mario. You know, like, you look at a level like this and you think, like, what happened here? What is this level? You know, it looks like a palace of some sort. It's been submerged. You know, Sonic 2 and 3 do a good job of that, of like, this, you know, this level seems important. I wonder what this was used for. And you just kind of build your own story. You can't really do that in Mario. It's just kind of a, here's another overworld, here's an underground, here's this, here's that. And then, you know, getting to see the characters talk and everything is cool. There was always a more serious tone to Sonic, and I think I always appreciated that. Which is why when I was a kid I really loved Super Mario Sunshine, because there was a story built around that one, unlike any other Mario game. And I do like, you know, the ability to go fast. I think Sonic himself is just a cool character. He was kind of designed to be cool, which usually doesn't end up very well. Usually cool characters happen just by accident, or they're like so effortlessly cool, like a Dante or something like that. And I really wouldn't say that Sonic is like that. He's designed to be cool, but he just happens to be cool. I love this little guy. I love the cast of characters. I love the stories. I love the games. The gameplay is usually good, and that's why I like Sonic. Can't really pinpoint it, and like I said, I do think that I do have a special place in my heart because a Sonic game was the very first game that I ever played. If we're talking characters, my favorite character in the entire series is Robotnik. He is my favorite. I always interchange his name, either Robotnik or Eggman, because I think they're both good. Robotnik is such a good name. The fact that it was unofficial for a while, like, really annoys me, because Robotnik is such a cool sounding name. Eggman is, you know, kind of a joke name, but I do like the name Eggman. And I'm glad that they retconned it in Sonic Adventure, where his name is Dr. Robotnik, but they call him Eggman. I think that's the perfect way to do it. He's got so many great designs over the years. This, I always will love the classic design. I love the cape that he has. But the adventure design is, chef's kiss, so good. One of the best. And character-wise, he's always a blast to watch. You know, Dean Bristow made him sound so evil. Mike Pollock can make him sound evil, but he's just a funny character. Yeah, I love me some Eggman. Love me some Robotnik. And you can hit Eggman here as he's running away, but the guy's had enough. You know, we've been beating him all day. Just let him escape. You know, I can't hit Eggman. It's just not good. So that's it. That's Sonic 1 beaten. Obviously, I didn't collect the Chaos Emeralds, so this isn't the best ending that you can get. The only difference is that instead of looking confused here, Sonic's like, whoa, there's like plants and stuff, bro. You couldn't pay me money to collect the Chaos Emeralds in this game. It is a measure in masochism. I would say the same thing about Sonic 2 as well. If you're playing it with Sonic and Tails, that's like a nightmare, but that's, you know, for another day. As I said, I think this game hasn't aged exactly the best. If I were to play a classic Sonic game, I would much rather play Sonic 2 or Sonic 3 and Knuckles. Even Mania at this point, even though that's not technically classic, I would so much rather play that. Any level that is in this game that's also in Mania, Mania does 1,000 times better, so yeah. I'm just glad that I got to do this. I wanted to do something for Sonic's 30th, and I think playing the game that started it all is, you know, the best thing. Also, I'm shocked. I don't think I've ever seen an official version of this game, because this game adds a lot of stuff, and the Sega Ages version of Sonic 2 does this where there's a Supersonic mode where you don't even have to collect the Chaos Emeralds. It just lets you play as Supersonic from the beginning. I'm shocked that no one's done that for this game. I think Supersonic would probably break this game, but I think that would be interesting to see. I mean, they added the spin dash in, which also completely busts this game wide open. But yeah, I'd like to see Supersonic in Sonic 1. That'd be nice to see. But that's gonna be it for me in Sonic the Hedgehog 1, a game that is good, just not as good as the other ones, which makes it retroactively worse in comparison. So, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. No, Dr. Eggman, I will not try again. I think it's cool that you actually won, and you got the Chaos Emeralds. So I will see you next time. Happy birthday, Sonic.